No, I guess that's
you
right.
need 2, exactly. Not 1, not 3.
You're not going for
not 6.
Effect.
This isn't Twitter, Bulldog.
Scrabble, right. Yeah.
Woof.
Whoa.
8 sacks. Not only 8 sacks, which is nuts, 70 yards. These are not plays where Allen gets sort of gently nudged out of bounds because the guy doesn't want to hit him because he knows it's 15.
Or tries to run and the guy clips his ankle and he's tackled a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and so that counts as a sack.
Sacks can be for 0.
Yeah.
As long as you're not getting a yard on the ground, that's a rush. But a scramble for 0 is a sack. 70 yards in losses on 8 sacks.
It's 8 sacks, and it's 12 hits, and it's 28 pressures.
Wow.
28 pressures. How many times? 34? I don't even know what the number of attempts was, but 28 pressures is insanity.
Well, I mean, sparks are flying today. Is this maybe a Houston thing more than it is a Bills thing?
Well,
they ended Spencer Brown there for the night. Like, that guy tried.
Yeah.
He hung around, but you knew he was down bad well before he left the game and was all wrapped up. That was the part of the analysis of this matchup, was that Houston was capable of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Pittsburgh is too. That's next week.
They've got an elite guy, and the other guy's not bad. I don't think it's this level.
This is the first year of this particular issue since at least when Allen was a rookie. Like, there were turnovers when he was younger, but there weren't sacks. There wasn't constant pressure.
I don't remember being more disappointed with I'm the idiot that all week was saying I like our guys on the edge. Like, I think I have an antidote to what they do best. And
that wasn't wrong.
It was evident right away that they weren't going to be able to handle it. I think, there's so many different things you can attack here, and I'm sure, it's Friday and we got a short week next week and then another game on Sunday. So we'll see how it all plays out, whether we'll get into everything that is like on my mental checklist, right? Like single plays, like why this choice? Why that choice? What are you doing here? What are you doing there? The overall, to me, is like, thank you to all the people that are dunking on me on social media for saying I trust Dawkins and Brown. The bigger issue, I blew it, right? I was wrong. The bigger issue, to me, is once you knew that was not going to happen, that you were in tough, they did not really do anything to help them. And I don't understand that. That is I, for the first time, have the sort of a lot of people's default setting after any game that doesn't go right, especially on offense, is the coordinator, right? And it's not saying it's always wrong, but it's always there. Bang on should have done this, should have done that. So predictable, right? We had a guy yesterday call us say, I wish they'd stop running such predictable plays. And they're like, what do you really mean, you asked him? I think he means he wants them to not run the plays that don't work. And the guy goes, yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's why I don't usually like to just start off with the coordinator. But I don't understand how you don't have a pivot ready for that scenario where they're just beating your doors in on the edges. Your quarterback is getting hit and hurried and sacked, the majority of the time he's dropping back, and you just kept I watched every sack over again today.
Wow, why?
Because I wanted to see how often they kept someone in to help.
Your job. That's good.
And
thanks.
There's one of the 8 plays that I saw, like maybe a tight end chip someone. And furthermore, there's only one play where there's a blitzing, a blitzer gets them. Otherwise, it's rushing 4. Those guys just winning quickly on the edges. And I don't know. I mean, it's possible that they would have thought, well, we can't get open when we send 4 guys out in a pattern. So what happens if we keep a tight end in, or a tight end and a running back, and whatever, and we only send 2 or 3 guys out? Are we going to get open? That's a valid question. But at least I think you got to try it. I think you got to pivot to something because it just was not working to have him drop back time and again. It just was not working. And I don't understand how an NFL offensive coordinator going into that environment, you shouldn't be. I'm fine if Joe Brady and Sean McDermott and everybody thought, I trust my guys. I said it, right? They're closer to it. They believe in them. But as soon as you don't see it going well, you should have been prepared. You should always be prepared. What if Deion Dawkins that special round get hurt? And Alec Anderson is your left tackle or something in a game. You should be prepared to give them help if you need to, and they just did not ever give them any help. I don't understand that. It's just so repetitively dumb to just keep trying the same thing. I'm really. It's the first time I've ever felt like I have a crisis with the play caller because I just don't understand schematically what they were doing.
Well, I'll just play along with you here. I think maybe the answer to that question, like if you, not in a press conference, but if you ask that question to Sean McDermott or Joe Brady, I mean, Brady would be defending himself if you asked it of him. It would be, I just don't have the players. Like you sure, if you want to devote Jackson Hawes to one of those two guys, but you can't devote him to both.
Right.
I mean, you just want to go two tight ends, Reggie Gilliam all night, do the opposite of last week, sort of revert from the thing that everybody kind of thought was the elixir last week. I mean, they wouldn't want to do that. They were also never out of this game. There's so many different parts to this. Allen, just in that one McDermott soundbite, we've been talking about how you sort of, you're the one who says it. You detect these kind of like hidden messages, if you will, from McDermott. Like, we just don't want to get our quarterback hurt. Mm-hmm. And what an awful game, even in a win, it would have been. Last week wasn't that much. They did win. I mean, it wasn't that much different. Like he just taking tons of hits, and he's coming up on 30. Like there is a long view here that I think is probably relevant to them and should be. I don't know. You want to take Brady on, you can. You want to take McDermott on or Allen on, you can. You can take on anybody you want after a game like that. You want to take on the defense, you can. They just don't have enough talent. And I think, not that I know anything like Brady would or could do that job or anything like that, but he does not have a player, including James Cook, by the way. He does not have a player he can go to in moments of stress. He does not have a get-out-of-jail-free card on that roster. And that, I know, is what we've been harping on constantly here, but is it wrong yet? Like, so Terrell Shavers goes 4 for 90 against Tampa Bay. What's his over-under for yards on FanDuel yesterday? 22. Guess what? 0 targets. Who is Tyrell Shavers? Great story. We love a story. Who is he? Shakir had a night. 8 for 110. Like, that guy had a night. What's the ceiling? You can't, there's nobody who can save you. The guy who it could be is Coleman, but, you know, he missed a meeting. So, and then they scored 40, they had the nerve to go and score 44 points.
And he wasn't helping them when he was on the field anyway.
No, okay. But there's somebody where, like, game on the line, if anybody on this team can bail me out on a passing play, I don't know who it is. Maybe it's him more than anybody else, I think. But I know. I know. Yeah. I'm not here to defend Coleman exactly. I just don't think they have the talent. And if they can't block for Allen on a team without somebody who can just, without Amon-Ra St. Brown or somebody who can just like save you. That's not even the best example. Somebody great who can bail you out. Then they're in real trouble. Now it's Pittsburgh. And not that anybody needs to hear this, but I spent, let's say, less than 4 hours this morning.
Okay.
On the play, because it was less than 4 hours on the playoff machine.
But it may have been 3.5.
You better win next week. Like this weekend, Sunday is suddenly pretty big. New England, Cincinnati is big. Because if New England wins there, I mean, maybe just sort of write the check.
I already feel like that sitting here right now.
Lines moved to 6. Like it's Burrow now.
Yeah, all right.
They're not that good, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to give up on that, but we can argue about that.
I'm going to pick the Bengals.
Me too. I am too. Give me the 6. I am too.
Right.
And then Pittsburgh, Chicago. Because if Pittsburgh wins, then like they're in the wild card conversation. Everybody's kind of waiting for them to just lay down for the Ravens. At the Bears, they're aren't they like? Is it 2.5? They're getting at Chicago anyway.
No, you're in the mire now. You're tied with the Chargers. You have one more win than Pittsburgh. Hence the point about their game with Chicago on Sunday. Jacksonville is nipping at your heels. This team you just played last night is one game behind you.
Watch out
with a tiebreaker. Head to head on you.
Watch out.
So
don't you think?
Yeah, if that team can figure out how to play offense at all, I mean that feels to me like, not to overstate things, like, recency bias and whatever. Since the Bills got this good, right? Look, 5 years running into season 6 or whatever we are here of this, I feel like that's the best defense I've seen in the league in a single game. I don't know if I was listening to Brownie and Steve. I usually do on my way in, and Chris said home versus road. They're different. They're still good, but they're just a different beast.
Houston
in their building. Yeah, I have not seen a defensive performance that was. The secondary. The picks causing fumbles, the pressure, the interior, everything about it. They looked like the best defense I've seen in 5 years.
Well, there's two sides to that.
Who are they playing?
Right.
Right now,
I think the Bills, I think it's been true on defense, and last night it looked like it might have been true on offense, where this is a team you want to play, the Bills. Because they don't get open, there's nothing scary about it, and if they can't just blow you off the ball, which they could not do at all, anything close to that last night, you get the one great Cook run.
Right.
Which isn't even really there. He sort of makes that.
Yeah, it just broke open. Yeah.
Just what are they? The thing about the Bills, if not Cook, he's a running back, whatever. There's 20 of them. The thing about the Bills that scares you as an opponent is Allen. And when you get that kind of performance up front, okay,
you're cooked. Yeah.
It's not that hard.
And on the other side of the ball, there was absolutely zero pass rush. The defense did stabilize. They gave up a field goal in the second half. They kept the team in the game in the second half. But they had their warts, too. That drive after the Davis kick return was just a killer with 1:40 or whatever they had to work with, and they just right down the field with Davis Mills, right? But part of that is there was nothing. It was like polar opposites as far as pressure on the quarter. Davis Mills and his giant neck all day back there. He just did not really feel any heat at all.
That drive, how did you feel watching it? Houston is up 10-9. Mills is terrible. There's every pass, even the completions were off. He's 4 for 13, maybe at the time. He finds Kirk. Okay, well, he's open. Wide open, would you not agree? Mm-hmm. For 10-9. And then you get the Allen pick on the tip. After that, Houston doesn't want to try. They want to hold on. They've got their blanket and they're holding on to their blanket. And okay, so 13-9. And I'm sort of if I smoked, I'd have a cigar because the Bills are just fine here. 13-9. I actually wrote out a tweet. It's halftime here in Houston with the Bills up 16-13. Because to me, they were just going to drive for a touchdown and lead at halftime.
And then get the ball coming out in the third quarter.
Maybe I'll be right. People are like, oh, are you a time traveler? Are you actually there? Okay, well, I didn't tweet it. So then Davis goes all the way, and it's already 16-13. I'm laughing. Like, this is classic Bills.
Yep.
They've got, just like last week, Allen's missing all the time, turnovers after turnover after turnover, and, they won by 12. Like, that's been how many games in the last 5 years of Bills football have been like, well, do we want to talk about their problems? Maybe. What kind of mood are we in? Because they're going to win anyway, and it's hilarious. So the Davis kickoff return, and now I think, like, Houston is probably cooked because Mills is so bad. Like, even the completions were bad. Just off. The timing's bad. The placement's bad. Come on with this guy. What happens? Finds Collins for 19, timeout. Eventually finds that big one to Kirk, if you remember, to get them to the 8-yard line with 12 seconds to go in the half. They throw incomplete, and they call a timeout with the clock stopped. This is amateur hour. Like, Houston just does not know, this guy does not know how this is supposed to work. And nevertheless, he has that slant to Higgins. Cam Lewis falls down.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's just there. You've got Taron Johnson adventures, and you've got that play, and somehow they are ahead again at halftime. And that's when I went, like, what am I looking at? Are the days of you can get away with all your flaws over? At halftime of this game, that's where my mind was. And still, I mean, I don't know if that had to be right, but right down to the last couple of minutes, somehow,
they had
4th and 27,
right.
4th and 1, red zone, they're still like, what would have been their chances to win before the Dawkins false start? It's 24 seconds down 4 at the 4th and 1 at the 17. Allen's going to run for the first down, automatic. Right. They have a timeout left. Like, who would you bet on?
They're in, I don't want to say great shape.
Who would you bet on?
But
they go the whole night. Everybody gets hurt. Allen cannot be saved in the pocket. Guys are out. Houston's defense. I'm at the 17, 4th and 1 with a timeout. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
My wife was up. She got home from that Goo Goo Dolls. The whole time, like, 4th and 27, like, you watch, they'll get it. Easy game. 4th and 1. You watch, they'll get it.
Well, you get a play like that.
How do you lose?
Right. You should. I was texting with Sam. Will be with us in a couple hours. I was texting with Sam last time. Like, you yank that play out of your, you know what? You win. You win the game. It's just, and instead it's just like a footnote. It's not going to exist in our orbit ever again. Houston, maybe they'll laugh about it because they got away with it.
Yeah.
I'm just so. It's disheartening, and I don't get usually disheartened. I'm stunned that they had such a tough time handling them and didn't do anything about it. Like that's two different things. Because you got they're elite. Your one guy was compromised. Okay, what am I going to do about it? The same thing I am doing all night. What? That just blows my. Maybe you're right. They just don't have. Like I did say when laying that out initially. Like if I'm Joe Brady, maybe I think if I take guys out of the pass pattern, I'm digging a grave for myself because I can't win when I have 5 guys out there running around, let alone like 2. So what am I? But at inception, you're doomed. You're getting beat like a drum every play.
That's just new.
That is new. That I did not. I mean, there's a reason why I felt like as confident as I did about those guys.
That's not going to happen all the time. I mean,
you're not playing those dudes. So, and if Allen finds Dawson Knox on 4th and 6, or Dawkins doesn't false start on 4th and 1 to begin with, and they get a first down and they find their way into the end zone and they escape, there's a lot of, well, let's just hope you don't have to see that team again, right? Because it's a little like maybe like Baltimore was last year. Like this is a bad matchup, and okay, I trust my guys, but at that team, holy kryptonite, Batman. Sorry, mixing up superheroes. But they didn't get it, obviously, and so you're left with, holy cow. And again, to me, yeah, I'm not worried. I don't know. We'll see what they can handle against Pittsburgh. See how healthy Spencer Brown is in 10 days. But I don't expect the Bills to have a crisis every week at offensive line. But if the people in charge of running the whole thing, running the offense, aren't prepared for a calamity when it comes, I mean, I know it's a short week, but come on. Like I already said, any week you'll go into a game, one of those guys could leave in the first series, or both of them. And you might have to do something different that allows you to protect your quarterback a little bit more. I do feel like, maybe I'm just in the mood, I don't know, but you mentioned McDermott and sort of comments he's made that feel like he maybe is pushing back against certain narratives that have been out there about him and his style, and just messages to the people around him. How he talked about getting the quarterback hit last night to me sounded like an email he could be sending to Joe Brady. Like, what you're going to get us killed because it's us at this point. Like, without him, we're all cooked. When he's lying there in the first quarter, it's like, okay, this is all over.
Kicking his legs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Football Friday on WGR. It's tight today. Eric Wood will join us at 4, moved from Monday, day after the game. No Sal. We thought it was too tight.
It's not that tight. We got some time.
Sam Panayotovich, 5:30. We'll squeeze in picks. We got a hockey game. Pre-game at 6. That tightens it.
That does, yes.
Let's stop talking now. 803-0550. Back in a snap. Brought to you by Snapdragon.